Good stuff. I actually subscribe to your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even your book, the first time we met, you and I, season 1 of the show, it sits on my coffee table and I look at it. I haven't read it.
You need to.
I do. I need to read it.
Even if it's such an easy read. Most people tell me within 2 hours they were done.
Yeah, it's a very easy read.
It's an easy read.
And you know, the reason I'm saying this is because sometimes we feel that our financial problems can be fixed like that. You know, I'll read this book and I'll be ready. I'll have money next week. And it's never the case, right?
No, it doesn't work that way.
Okay, but listen, the name of your book?
Money Wise.
Money Wise, yes.
Create, Grow and Preserve.
And it's available?
mymook.com.
Okay, fantastic. Guys, log on to social media platforms where we'll connect you to Rina and how you can get access to that book. It's a very good one. When I finish my copy, I will pay it forward to someone.
Please do.
Yes, I will. Yeah. Speaking of pay, we all are waiting for payday, so we can get paid.
Yeah.
But so are other people. There are so many people waiting on our one little salary. Yeah, if it's not your bank,
the kiosk guy down the road,
the road, your sako, your chama, your hairdresser who you didn't pay because you know, exactly. Guys in shags, Mshwari is there waiting to just take it. I mean, everybody is waiting for your salo, you know. And so by the time you actually even manage to get your head around it has landed, it's already walking out. And that's what a lot of Kenyans are facing. They're swimming in debt, not being able to manage their loans properly. What do you do when that happens?
I think you need to start with the end in mind.
Okay.
Because when you know what it is you want to do or obligations that are coming, so say for instance, you have a desire to have a home. You have a desire, you have a child, or you have a dependent and you have a desire to see them go to school. When you put those projections or those goals in mind and you say, okay, so 10 years from now, I'm going to need 6 million for this. 5 years from now, I'll need 1 million for this. And you're like, how am I going to get there if I'm ending up negative 2,000 at the end of every month? It's not going to happen. So when you do that reality check of just looking at where are you now really, you know, how much do I spend every month? How much do I own? Do I have any assets? How much do I owe? Who do I owe money? How much is it? How much do I earn? When you've done that reality check, then you're just like, wow, I need to make a change in my life. There's nothing else. There's nothing I will say. I can talk here until next week, but nothing will change in the way that you spend money until you start thinking through your life. There's a gentleman, he's an older man, and he's an amazing, amazing, amazing gentleman. And I walked up to him and I said, look, I want you to mentor me. I mean, I watched his life. He used to be the chairman of the church I used to go to. And I observed him. I observed the way he handles his kids, his business, and all the things he had been able to accomplish. And I told him, can you just give me 2 hours? I will come to your house, we'll have tea, and I just want to hear, I have a few questions to ask. And he told me, what you do, I was 28 at this time. He told me, draw a timeline of your life. Start at this age you are, every 7 years until you are 82. And just write down every 5 years, what are the things that you want to be able to have accomplished, whether that's being married, having a child, you know, what are the things you want to be able to do, afford a home, go to this country, travel, do all these things. Just, it's a white canvas. Write whatever comes. That exercise was life transforming because I realized, hey, first of all, these 3 things can't happen at the same time. This needs to be moved. Actually, I have time. I don't have to be stressed. Oh, I need all this, you know? Because sometimes we behave like that even in the way that we invest. So we invest short term, thinking only 1 year, 2 years. You have all this time. And then when you're 82 and no money is coming through, what happens? So that
you become that Rela who's waiting for that salary.
Exactly. So that helped me. So somebody needs to first do that. Because how if you know all these things that you want to do, you know, when I'm at 40, when I'm at 50, I'll have these kids and I want them to go to school and you know, when you have that reality check is when you're like, by the way, something has to change. Either I reduce my spending or I get another income source because it can't work.
Absolutely. Now, looking at, of course, the fact that a lot of people are unable. I think in the West, there was a time, guys, I worked 4 jobs. 4? I worked 4 jobs. My friends used to call me Jamaican because Jamaicans work multiple jobs. But I did, and it was because I was saving to move here. I was saving to move back to Kenya. So I bartended. I worked at an architectural firm as an editor. I kind of volunteered at Smithsonian as a photographer's assistant, and I worked at a retail store. Yes.
How many hours a week?
I used to do, I literally did all jobs in a week, in 1 week, every day.
Did you sleep at all?
Yeah, I mean, not really, but you know, it was the pursuit. That was, but here, and I remember my work ethic at the time was amazing. I would not stop because I had a goal in mind. And so it was very easy to sort of achieve the things and to save because I was doing it purposefully.
Yes.
But here now in Kenya, where you have, you know, the economy is performing the way it is, especially this year, where you have a lot of people who are seeking for jobs, where the market is not so open to people even having more than one job. How does that affect that sort of thinking, in a sense?
I think irrespective of where we are as an economy, people are still getting their hair done, people are still buying shoes, people are still eating.
Cars.
People are still buying cars. People
Apartments
are spending
are
money.
being sold left, right, and center.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what you need to ask yourself is, how do I get a piece of what is being spent? How can I make the person who is spending their money spend it on something I am offering? So the best place to start is to look at what are the talents and the skills that I have. There's somebody, a friend of mine, I won't say who he is because everybody here knows him. He told us of a story of how he started earning money. He was in high school. All right, 14-year-old. Went to high school and he realized, hey, these people like to write letters to girls. It's very interesting. And he was an artist. And so he told them, oh, I can help you write. And he used to do calligraphy.
Nice.
And he'd sell. So he says, give me your piece of paper, what you want to write.
Your love letter.
Your love letter.
Yeah.
I will put it in a nice handwriting and you can buy it from me for 20 bob. He used to make 1,000 shillings a week.
What?
How old is this guy? Form 1. Form 1.
That's impressive.
So what am I saying? These are students who are paying him money. So economy
doesn't matter.
For me, it doesn't.
There's
there's a need. There is a need. So your goal is to identify what is that need. Today, somebody will tell me, oh, you know, I'm a good advertiser, I'm a good marketer, but people are not marketing. They're not, you know, they are, but they've shifted from where? From TV to from newspaper to the digital space.
Right.
So it's about watching the trends. It's about understanding, how do I satisfy this need that exists more efficiently, more effectively, more cost friendly, in a manner that will attract people to me. So it's about just trying to tap into what God has given you, which is an amazing brain that makes beautiful things like these, to think through, how can I use the talents, the skills, the competencies I have to gain additional income. And it may not be that you can even put away more time. There's a pastor who shared this story with me of a security guard called Wafula. And Wafula worked at this particular office block in Kilimani. And his wife worked there. So he decided there was something he needed to do in her office. So he drove there and Wafula came, said hello to him. How are you? What is your name? And he shared his name and he said, what office would you like to go to? And he told him, then Wafula told him, it's on this floor, second floor, turn left, it's here, and have a wonderful day. And then Wafula walked him into the building, pressed the second floor on the lift and said bye and went back. This guy was like, hey, where is this guy from? So Wafula did like that. 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later, he went back to visit his wife in the office to do something else. He comes back, Wafula greets him by his first name, says, yes, so-and-so is in the office and have a wonderful time, walks him again and presses by there. He's just like, who is this guy? Where is he from?
Leaving impressions.
Somebody who dignifies this job that everybody, in fact, now Wafula became counselor for woman on 6th floor, marriage counselor for man on 3rd floor.
The go-to guy.
The go-to guy.
Right.
One day Wafula told everybody, I have a church in Kibera and it has come time for me to quit my job to go and now focus on being a pastor. Guys were like, but there is no way. You're leaving where? To go where? And do what? No. And Wafula said, no, God has called me. Do you know, these guys threw him a party and said, tell us, how much do you need to set up this church? What do you need? Benches? What? Tell me. Tell us. This guy was given every single coin he needed to set up his church, plus more. All I'm saying is, whatever it is that you are doing, if people recognize that you are a good manager of the resources that are placed in your hands, and you just turn you are so excellent in everything that you do, they will want to work with you. You will find businessmen coming to you, Kobi, and saying, listen, how can you come and be a partner in my business?
Right.
Because you have an ability to just turn stuff into gold. You know, they say the Midas touch. Yeah. There's no such thing. It's hard work.
It's hard work.
And diligence, consistency, hard work, trustworthiness, faithfulness. And you know, it's what you do with what you have.
Yeah.
If you leave the house, you've not made your bed, you know, there's cockroaches everywhere in your house. You don't bother painting the leak that was there or fixing the roof because you're renting, you will not get your own house. I can promise you that.
Yeah.
But as soon as even God sees that what he's placed in your hands, you're able to turn it into something beautiful and make something good out of it, you will find resources being attracted to you. Ideas will come and people want to partner and even finance you because they know you are trustworthy, that you are good at what you do. And they know that if they partner with you, there will be success.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Great advice, right? Yes, really good advice. It's now about implementing. Yeah. It's about implementing. It's one thing to listen to Rina. She's very good at what she says, but one thing is implementing. Really about application of some of this advice. So when we come back in just a few minutes, we'll be talking about love. Oh my God, the other thing. the two things that confuse humans the most, love and money. Right? And the two somehow have decided to join hands, and a lot of us don't know what to do when that happens, and we just don't have enough discussions. And there's an amazing event that's happening that you can't miss out on, and it's happening this week. So make sure you stay tuned for the third part of this great show. We'll be right back after this, everybody.